Transformers, more than meets the eye. Autobots wage their battle to destroy the evil forces of the...
Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us and welcome to another edition of What's Happening Wednesday. This is a weekly roundup show that gives me the ideal opportunity to do exactly that. Round up everything that's happening in the week of Transformers, with what's going on with this channel, and of course with what's going on with my Instagram, which is also the same name, but it's Toys_R Us. Okay, where do we start then? It's obviously where we're going to start. We have to talk very briefly about Tfcon and of course the fact that we've seen some of the new figures fully revealed. Now I'm not going to bore you all by showing you all them again. I'm sure you've seen them hundreds of times already across social media and on Facebook, etc., everything like that. And yeah, I'm excited for them. We've already done the reaction show if you want to catch up on that as well. But what I'm also pleased to sort of show you, although they didn't actually give us any pictures at all, you know, from the lists that we had on the lists that Skywarp was going to be included in the core class, and Iguanus and Blaster and things like that. So what we've actually got is we've got more artwork, which is basically just confirming these. So there is a new Legacy promotional sort of poster picture. And if you look over on this right-hand side, is it your right-hand side? Yeah, there you go. There is it, obviously Iguanus. So they are going with the G1 look-alike. There, of course, is Skywarp, who we know is going to basically be a redeco of Starscream. But if you have a look above Bulkhead here on the other side, you can also see we're going to get Blaster. He's going to be G1. And, of course, Hot Rod is above him. So we haven't actually seen any particular figures of them yet, but we do know that they're going to be coming out. We've seen them on all the lists, and it's great to see that obviously they're confirming this by using this artwork. By the way, all the information I get off here is from social media myself, so it's like tformers.com, TFW 2005 and Cybertron, etc. And I think that's all we're going to really talk about with regards to that, because again, enough has been said. Funnily enough though, the pretty much entirety of the rest of this video is all about the third party, because obviously Hasbro had their chance, which they've done, and they've done an amazing job with Tfcon. But of course there was also a Tfcon over the weekend, and what I've got for you now is an absolute abundance of third-party figures to show you. I've got quite a lot to go through. Again, apologies if I get any of these wrong. Third party is not my forte, but the good thing is a lot of them are already listed here anyway. So we're going to start with Iron Factory, and this is their take on Alpha Trion. It's got their name there, what they're going to be calling it. So if you're unsure, yeah, the Last Prophet is of course going to be Alpha Trion. We've got their take on Nacelle and of course Sandstorm. Is it Sandstorm? I'm sure it is. Then we've got Beachcomber. Then we've got Sea Spray. Then we've got Huffer. There we've got Pipes. There we've got Banzai-tron. There's absolutely loads on this, guys. Hope I don't bore you with them all, but there's just so much now. It's gone crazy. There is their own figure, and I can't even pronounce that. I'm going to have a quick go at it. Cage Shishimaru. No identity as to what that figure, if it's a G1 figure or anything like that, or whatever it is, it's not got any reference to it. This is of course their take on Drift. We've got the movie version and of course G1 colours. Then we've got a Samurai Lockdown. All of these now are Samurai versions of popular figures. Samurai Ironhide, Samurai Ratchet, and there they are together. And then moving on, we've got Samurai Grimlock as well. And he looks pretty impressive, to be fair. So, yeah, so obviously, Hasbro did their main thing, Tfcon, on the internet. And, of course, all the third parties got to show off all their figures. And basically, this is a selection of all of their, I suppose, presentations from Tfcon over the weekend. So we're going to continue. Again, there's loads. If you want to see these yourself, the main pictures I took these from are from TFW 2005. They've got so many pictures. So we've just seen that. We're going to move on to Fans Hobby. And we've got, of course, their take on Siren. That is going to be, of course, Energon Optimus Prime. Then we've got Double Dealer. And there's another Energon Optimus Prime, first and foremost. There's their take on Double Dealer. Good couple of pictures on that. And then that's going to be Armada Overload. They've got another couple of images as well like that, but nothing of actual figures, so I haven't bothered getting them down for you. We're going to move on. We're going to Newage, and again we've seen a few of these pictures before, but here is Beachcomber. There is Cyclonus, obviously. There is, of course, Nemesis Prime with a cape, though. There is Shattered Glass, Convoy, or Optimus Prime, however you want to call him. There's your G2 Devastator. There's your standard Devastator. All of these looking fantastic. Moving on to fans' toys. Again, told you guys, it's just third-party heaven here for you guys. And we've got their take on Outback. A couple of shots of him. There we go. Looking very impressive. And there's Powerglide, of course. There seems to be a real big influx of third parties doing mini bots at the moment, which I can understand. There's the last one of Powerglide, and then we're going to move on to the sweeps. And this is brilliant as well, because it corresponds and coincides with Hasbro's version of sweeps as well. So this will be interesting. I'm sure there'll be people saying who's his best, etc. These are obviously going to be much more detailed than the Hasbro versions. But there we go. And last one for fans' toys is Chrome Dome. Again, looking brilliant. Not too well. There's so many more pictures of all these guys on the net at the moment if you want to find them. Zeta toys now. Pretty much there. And here we go. This is their smaller take on Superior. Now, I've seen the large one and it is absolutely stunning. So this is their smaller version. And what they're looking at getting is the individual robots to be between 10 and 12 centimetres in height. And the full combined height is going to be 23 centimetres. So this is a much smaller version of their Superior, which they released. So here's all the individual bots. And there is the combined mode. Again, looking really good. Impressive. Probably be about the same size as the original, I reckon that one will be now. And there they are again in their individual modes and of course combined. Moving on to Planet X, we've got Pluto as they're calling him, but of course this is Megatron. It looks to me to be sort of a Transformers Prime version of him. He looks really good though. Really impressed with what this guy is. I didn't realise, I'll be honest with you, how many third-party companies there are out there and how many of them are making so many figures. It's been a real eye-opener for me as well. And it's been fun to see them and have a look at them all because there's just huge amounts. And then they just did a tease of their version of Sludge. It's literally just that, unfortunately, guys. No actual pictures, just a tease of the Shadow. We have got a couple more companies to go through. We've got Bingo Toys. And there is a very impressive looking Shockwave. Robot mode I'm loving. There he is with some of the rest of their figures, but then this is a bit of a letdown if I'm being honest. Not a big fan of that alternate mode at all. Moving on to Mastermind Creations. This is their Toon version of Skylink, so Toon colours, and again this guy looks stunning. Absolutely stunning. Attention to details, brilliant. And there he is combined as well. A couple more from these guys. There is of course Rung, I believe, or it might be Ring, but I'm sure it's Rung. We've seen this before. This has been delayed a few times, I think. I've definitely shown this on this channel. Look at all the different heads you can interchange with him. There he is again. Mentis, they're calling him. And of course, this particular guy, Optimus Nox, sorry. And this guy's brilliant. I mean, the detail there for Nemesis Prime. I love the fact there that his faceplate, obviously, is damaged. And again, we've seen pictures of this previously on this channel and of course on the internet everywhere. Looking stunning. Right, this is the final one. Again, I'm so sorry it's picture overload, but I just want to make sure I can get as much of it across for everyone because everybody's got their certain favourites, and this might be yours because Ocular Max, I've heard of them and I've seen some of their pictures as well. So this is their take on Defensor, and the first one they're really showing off is their version of First Aid called Medicus, of course. All their names, which they're calling, was at the bottom. I'm going to be referring to them as their G1 name. So there's a few pictures here of First Aid, and there he is as a limb. And again, looking very impressive. We've got the rest of Defensor coming up in a second. There's Blades, Hotspot, Streetwise, and of course Groove, which I showed you pictures of the other week as well. So there is Defensor, or Maximus Pro at the moment as they're calling him. Brilliant stuff. So you can see there at the bottom of that, it says that's like was the 126th photo from TFW 2005. I didn't have to show you, I didn't want to show you 126, but there's so much more. If you want to see any more of that, tfw2005.com. There's the email address, not the email, there's the website address at the top. Just go to news as well and you can see it. Moving on again, even more third party. This is Kang Toys. This is some prototypes of another one of their figures that's going to be going into their Predaking, I believe. And again, he's got a name that I'm probably going to butcher. Desarius. Remember, they're doing a Predaking with a few figures that weren't actually part of Predaking, like the gorilla. This looks like this is the other one, and that's presumably how he's going to be combining with it. Again, not 100% sure. Apologise if I've got that wrong. But here is Kang Toys. And that is the last, well, I say of the third-party figures. The next couple of things are a bit of a joke. These Bear Brick Optimus Primes, you've probably seen these before, but for some particular reason, they're reissuing them, and they're reissuing them 100% bigger and 400, well, one at 100% the size, which is normally 7 centimeters, and then they're also releasing one at 28 centimeters, so in a 2-pack like that. But then they're also releasing, and there isn't any picture of it here, unfortunately, a giant 70 centimeters one. So you can get a 100%, 400%, or a 1000% bigger figure of Optimus or Megatron if they float your boat. There's a couple there. Moving on to some actual Hasbro stroke Takara. I think we saw a couple of these last week, but this is just looking better and better and better. Some more in-hand images of Black Zarak. Very, very excited for this guy. And then finally, the final thing is just a few comics to add in at the end, because again, I know myself, I like the comics, I know people do. This is Shattered Glass 3. I've pretty much got all 3 variants of the cover to show you there. There we go. Staying with the comics, we've got, oh no, it hasn't took it for some reason. I don't know why it's not. There is a special Optimus Prime one as well. Let's see if I can just scroll down to it for you guys. And that'll be, again, it's all IDW. And they'll all be coming out pretty much, well, soon. Some of them are out already, and there's already advertised for some for the next year. Here is IDW 39. This one, I'm now on cybertron.com. And I just want to quickly show you the Optimus Prime one because I've already mentioned it. But it's a big special edition. It's a 100-page one. And it is called... Oh, why has it done this to me? I will find it and I will tag it on in 2 seconds. Okay, super quick apologies for that. I found it. Here it is. It's the best of Optimus Prime. It's 100 pages and it's $6.99. And there is the screen shot of the cover there. There you go, guys. So quick apologies for that. I didn't want to restart the whole video just for that last bit at the end. There you go. What a week. What a load of things to look forward to. So literally, again, I say it all the time, but if that doesn't prove it, then I don't know what does. So you've got all your, as I say, people like me who tend to just buy mainly the official releases. There's all that new stuff coming out. There's so many different third-party things to look forward to. Just absolutely loads going on. It's great time to be a part of this community. And again, I want to thank you all for taking the time to sit there, listen to me, and to watch anything that I put up. I really appreciate anything that you watch of mine. Again, I know everything isn't for everybody's taste. I do try to keep it as varied as possible. So for that reason, I've got things coming up this week like Action Master. I'm going to do an Action Master Grimlock tonight. I'm going to do some more of the Rescue Force. A lot of people are asking about them now because, again, they weren't really released everywhere and they're just quite strange. Basically, Lio Kaiser parts, but without the combining aspect of it. And yeah, I've got some Japanese figures in the pipeline coming along as well. So loads to look forward to with this. Let me know if there's anything else you want me to see. Let me know if there's anything you want to see and I can show it. I would love to do a showcase or a video for anybody. Just give me a shout. Take care, guys. Thanks for watching. Like and comment. And don't forget to subscribe.